Hello, this is John Wallace, and this is Intermediate Speaking, Unit 8. This is the last unit in the book. So, breakthroughs about DNA. And here we have a fingerprint. Fingerprint. Right here, it's your fingerprints. Fingerprints right there. Fingerprints. So, the theme of this unit is DNA research and how it relates to several areas, such as extinct species, pet ownership, health, blindness, and fighting crime. The unit provides opportunities for students to think about the pros and cons of these advances. So pros and cons of these advances, and what you have is DNA research. So what do you see in this photo? A fingerprint at a lab. Where is it? It's in a petri dish, a dish. Why is it important? It's important because it might give information about who did something wrong, about a crime being committed. Okay, number 2, a breakthrough is an important discovery. Can you give an example of some kind of breakthrough in the last 20 years? Question 2, can you give an example of some kind of breakthrough in the last 20 years? Breakthrough. Please look it up on Naver English Dictionary. One breakthrough is social media. Facebook, Naver, KakaoTalk. It has changed the way people communicate all over the world. Okay. So let's go to the next page and read about DNA. DNA. What are cells? Who or what is made of cells? Cells are the smallest part of all living things. Plants, animals, and humans are all made of cells. Page 143. 143 in the book, page 143. So we talk about DNA right here. Right here it says a cell is the smallest part of all living things. Cells are too small to see. Humans are made up of trillions of cells. This page is an image of an inside of a cell. Each cell in a human has a job. Some help you see, others help you breathe, and so on. How do they know their job? Their boss tells them. Their boss is DNA. And here we have DNA. DNA. So let's look at the DNA strand. S-T-R-A-N-D. S-T-R-A-N-D. Strand of DNA. Like a hair. DNA. Inside each cell is DNA. DNA tells the cell what to do. Like many languages, DNA has an alphabet, but with only 4 letters. Easy. It forms the lines of letters that we can read. For example, and this line right here, A-T-G-T. When you look at a line of DNA, you can find words. These words are always 3 letters long. These words make up sentences. The sentences are called genes. Together, the genes in DNA form instructions for the cell. For example, instructions might be blue eyes, small nose, dark hair, and so on. So the different strands of DNA have that. What does DNA in a cell do? How does it do that? DNA holds all information or instructions about different parts of plants, animals, and people. For example, it has information about hair, skin, eye color, and so on. DNA gives instructions to the cells to develop the different parts of a living thing. Why do scientists learn about cells and DNA? What do they learn with the information? Give an example you know about. There are many reasons scientists learn about cells and DNA. This is page 2 of your notes. Okay, so page 2 of the notes you print and you read page 2 right here. For example, one example is to learn about diseases with the information they can find cure for diseases. DNA is like a language. Within a line of DNA, you can find words, which are always 3 letters long. They make up sentences which are called genes. Together, the genes in the DNA form instructions for the cell. An instruction might be blue eyes, dark hair, right there. So this is what DNA does. The center of the cell is called the nucleus. Right here, vocabulary. So let's look at vocabulary, and what I will do is I will play the audio for it. Okay, so let's listen to the audio for this right here. Okay. So we're on page 144. 144 at the top.
Unit 8, Lesson A, page 144. Exercise A.
Become.
Control.
Copy.
Exist.
Expensive.
Latest.
Machine.
Several. Unit 8, Lesson A, page 144. Exercise A.
Become.
Control.
Copy.
Exist.
Expensive.
Latest.
Look
Machine.
around.
Several.
Look around the room. What kind of machines do we have in this room? What kind of machines do you have at home? Dishwasher, laundry, computer, Wi-Fi, stove, refrigerator, television, smartphone. Do you like to have the latest machines, the latest clothes, the latest shoes, the latest technology? Today I bought my son a tablet. How much was it? It was something like $799, $800. This is how much it was. $799, $800. So it was at Highmark today that I bought my son a tablet, and he's using it. So it's a Samsung tablet, and it's very good. It has a pen, and it's expensive. I hope he will keep it for 10 years. Because if it's that expensive, it would be $79,000 a year for that amount. So he should keep it for a long time. But maybe he will get a new one in 3 to 5 years. But what do you spend your money on? Do you buy expensive things? What did you want to become when you were young? What do you want to become now? So questions right here on page 2. Please ask your partner these questions. Speak in English and ask the questions to people. Okay. Now we're on page 3 right here. Okay. And we're going to listen to this. I gave you the answers to B on page 144. B and C. I gave you the answers on that on page 3 of the notes. So let's listen to 31 right here.
Page 144.
Right
Exercise B.
1. There are several ways DNA is used nowadays.
2. Each student has a copy of the same test. There are no differences.
3. A robot is a type of machine. It is not a living thing.
4. I can control the robot by talking to it.
5. The toy robot dog is over $100. It's expensive.
6. He preferred teaching, so he didn't become an engineer.
7. Everyone wants the latest smartphone because they think it's better than the last.
8. Smartphones didn't exist before 2000.
So let's look at this right here. We take these words and put it here. So let's listen to it one more time. Let's listen to it one more time.
Page 144. Exercise B.
1. There are several ways DNA is used nowadays.
2. Each student has a copy of the same test. There are no differences.
3. A robot is a type of machine. It is not a living thing.
4. I can control the robot by talking to it.
5. The toy robot dog is over $100. It's expensive.
6. He preferred teaching, so he didn't become an engineer.
7. Everyone wants the latest smartphone because they think it's better than the last.
8. Smartphones didn't exist before 2000.
Let's go to the next one, C. C says, write the correct word from exercise A next to its definition. So let's read it together right here. I've given you the answers on page 3 of the notes. Always print the notes. And let's look at this right here. Okay, number 1 is copy. Number 1, copy a second version of the same thing. Number 2 is machine, a tool or object that uses power to do something. Number 3, exist, from up here to here, from up here to here. Exist, to be present, to be alive. Number 4, control, because to cause someone or something to do what you want. Number 5, become, to begin to be, to start or have some quality. Number 6, several, some but not many, more than a few. Number 7, expensive, costing a lot of money. Number 8, latest, most recent or newest. So here you have cloned cattle, cloned cows in Texas, USA. Let's look at vocabulary skill right here. Okay, vocabulary skill right there. Two-part verbs are verbs with 2 words, and they're very common, especially in speaking. The second word is usually a preposition or a particle, to, in, on. Common verbs such as come, get, take, and go have different meanings in a 2-part verb. You can use a spider map to record new 2-part verbs and their meanings. So right here, come and from. Come to from, to start or be from a place. I come from Peru. Come out, to be available, to use or buy for the first time. The new smartphone came out Friday. Came out, came from. Come over, to visit. Can you come over to my house? The 2-part verbs are sometimes called phrasal verbs. Come from, come out, come over. Okay, so read each definition and match it with a correct 2-part verb. Then write an example sentence. Wake in the morning. Okay, wake in the morning. Go around. So I get along well with my roommates. Is C. To have a friendly or good relationship. C. I get along well with my roommates. Number 2 is B. When I get back, I'll read my emails. So right here, when you go right here, get along, I get along with my roommates. 2 is B, back. When I get back, I'll read my emails. Number 3 is get off. He got off the train at the wrong stop. Number 4 is get up. I got up late this morning. Wake in the morning, I got up late this morning. A, off. To leave a bus or train. He got off the train at the wrong stop. 3 is C. 4 is A. 2, when I get back, I'll read my emails. Return is B, 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 B. And number 1 is C. I get along well with my roommates. I get along well with my roommates. Okay, so right here, work with a partner, correct the conversation with the correct preposition or article of a 2-part verb right there. So, hey, do you want to come over to study tonight? I didn't understand the lecture on cloning animals. Come over. Sure, I had some problems too. Okay, let's meet at my place at 6 o'clock. I get back from class around then. Sounds good. I'm coming by bus. Do I get off at the Main Street bus stop? Get off. Are you coming from campus? Coming from campus. Yes. Then get off at the 5th Avenue stop. Get off at the 5th Avenue stop. Okay. So right here we have listening, and it's a class discussion about cloning. So page 146, class discussion about cloning. Students and their professor discuss the topic of cloning in class. So look up clone, C-L-O-N-E, and cloning, C-L-O-N-I-N-G. This professor shares information and students ask lots of questions. So presenting the note-taking skill, using a T-chart. Draw a T-chart on the board, brainstorm its uses and what kind of information could be on either side of the chart. For example, pros and cons. So you have pros here and cons there. Pros, advantages, cons, disadvantages. Contrasting, comparing two people. Tall, short. Wears glasses, doesn't wear glasses. Places. Is hot in the summer, is cool in the summer. Things. Has mountains, it's very flat. Viewpoints. Facts and opinions. I like ice cream, opinion. Alaska is cold in the winter. Fact. Advantages and disadvantages. So choose 2 students or 2 cities, 2 animals, and create a T-chart for them. With the class, discuss things that can go in the 2 categories. So ideas for expansion. Discuss the idea that everyone has a different fingerprint. Divide the class into pairs and say the pros and cons of using fingerprint information for everyday use. Getting a phone, using a computer, getting your bank account, so you have to use your fingerprint to get money from the bank, ATM, to enter your home, etc. That can be problematic, however. Before listening, check the topics you know something about. Work in a small group. Discuss the topic. So the movie Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, if you've seen it, check it. Talk about it. The cloning of animals such as farm animals or pets, is that ethical? Ethical. E-T-H-I-C-A-L. To clone pets or animals. If they don't want to be cloned, do they want to or don't they? Can you tell? Should it be done? Should money be spent? Would the money be suited for something else? The cloning of extinct dinosaurs. Extinct animals such as dinosaurs. Should dinosaurs be cloned? Maybe not, because they are too dangerous. Listen and check. While listening, listen and check the 2 correct main ideas. There are 2 and 4. Please check. Giselle, check at 2 and 4. The class is about cloning extinct animals. Cloning animals may have good and bad points. So I have this on page 4 of the notes right here. True and false. Jurassic Park came up before Jurassic World. True. Jurassic Park is a movie about dinosaur robots. False. Clones are machines. True. The first cloned animal lived 6 years. True. Clones are not machines. False. False. Clones are not machines. The first cloned animal lived 6 years. Dolly was the only sheep ever cloned. False. There were other sheep that were cloned. Scientists can clone some extinct animals. True. A saber-toothed tiger is an extinct big cat that lived 10,000 years ago. So it lived a long time ago. So let's listen to this 2 times. First for B, and then for C.
Page 146. Exercises B and C. A class discussion about cloning.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning.
So, I was wondering, have any of you seen the Jurassic Park movies? The latest one, Jurassic World, came out just a few years ago.
Yes, I saw it. That's the one with the dinosaurs, right?
Yep, that's right. Do you remember the story? Where did the dinosaurs come from?
I think a scientist created the dinosaurs.
Yes, that's right. He made the dinosaurs in a lab, or he cloned them. Basically, cloning means that you make a copy of something.
So they weren't machines or robots?
No, they weren't. They were real. He used actual DNA from the blood of a real dinosaur. So, I bet you can guess the topic for today? I'd like to discuss cloning, but in real life.
But that was a movie. Scientists can't clone dinosaurs or any extinct animal, can they?
No, they can't, but
Excuse me, Professor, but what does extinct mean?
extinct describes animals or plants that don't exist anymore. We also say they died out. Dinosaurs are extinct, for example. The last dinosaur lived 65 million years ago, and as you've learned, many plants and animals today are in danger. Some of them will probably become extinct in the future. So, can scientists clone animals?
There was a sheep back in the 90s?
Yes, that's right. In 1996, Dolly was born in Scotland. That was the first time scientists cloned a mammal. She lived around 6 years. Since then, they have cloned several more sheep.
But sheep are around today. Can scientists clone animals that aren't around anymore?
Well, yes and no. Scientists say they can bring back some extinct animals, but not animals as old as dinosaurs. First, though, let me ask you another question. Do you think it is a good idea to clone extinct animals?
No, I don't think it's a good idea at all. The animals are extinct for a reason. If they come back, they might hurt people. But what about animals like gorillas or elephants? They are in danger and we don't want to lose them. I think it's a good idea to clone them so they don't become extinct.
I'm not sure it's a good idea to clone extinct animals. Often there are problems when people try to control nature. Plus, I bet it's really expensive. Scientists could use the money to help cure illness or something. I don't think we should bring animals back.
Okay. So, cloning might have some good and bad points. For homework,
46.
Listen again.
Exercises B and C.
Look at
A
C.
class discussion
Listen
about
and look
cloning.
at C.
good afternoon, everyone. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning.
So, I was wondering, have any of you seen the Jurassic Park movies? The latest one, Jurassic World, came out just a few years ago.
Yes, I saw it. That's the one with the dinosaurs, right?
Yep, that's right. Do you remember the story? Where did the dinosaurs come from?
I think a scientist created the dinosaurs.
Yes, that's right. He made the dinosaurs in a lab, or he cloned them. Basically, cloning means that you make a copy of something.
So they weren't machines or robots?
No, they weren't. They were real. He used actual DNA from the blood of a real dinosaur. So, I bet you can guess the topic for today? I'd like to discuss cloning, but in real life.
But that was a movie. Scientists can't clone dinosaurs or any extinct animal, can they?
No, they can't, but
Excuse me, Professor, but what does extinct mean?
extinct describes animals or plants that don't exist anymore. We also say they died out. Dinosaurs are extinct, for example. The last dinosaur lived 65 million years ago, and as you've learned, many plants and animals today are in danger. Some of them will probably become extinct in the future. So, can scientists clone animals?
There was a sheep back in the 90s?
Yes, that's right. In 1996, Dolly was born in Scotland. That was the first time scientists cloned a mammal. She lived around 6 years. Since then, they have cloned several more sheep.
But sheep are around today. Can scientists clone animals that aren't around anymore?
Well, yes and no. Scientists say they can bring back some extinct animals, but not animals as old as dinosaurs. First, though, let me ask you another question. Do you think it is a good idea to clone extinct animals?
No, I don't think it's a good idea at all. The animals are extinct for a reason. If they come back, they might hurt people. But what about animals like gorillas or elephants? They are in danger and we don't want to lose them. I think it's a good idea to clone them so they don't become extinct.
I'm not sure it's a good idea to clone extinct animals. Often there are problems when people try to control nature. Plus, I bet it's really expensive. Scientists could use the money to help cure illness or something. I don't think we should bring animals back.
Okay. So, cloning might have some good and bad points. For homework,
So discuss the good points of cloning and the bad points. The pros, what is good about cloning, and the bad points, what's bad about cloning. Think about the pros and the cons. On the next video, we will be on page 147. So we will be on page 147 on the next video. Okay? So let's do that.